In today's world, our reliance on technology is ever growing. The past 3 decades or so have seen vast changes in the area of technology and how we use it as a society. Ever since the 80s, computers and the like have been the key area of progression for mankind. We're going to have a little look at that today, but to do so, we're going to have to travel back in time. We're here in the 1980s with intentions of looking at the technological advancements that came about then and how this impacted our society. The 80s saw a lot of developments. We had the first mobile phones, the first Apple Mac, and the first Microsoft Windows. We also saw CD-ROMs and fax machines for the first time as well. When it comes to getting technology to the people though, it was perhaps video games that were the most important factor. We're going to look a little more in depth at that now. When the 80s began, the wheels of the video games industry were already in motion. Pong and Asteroids had enjoyed massive success in the arcades, and Atari had already released their 2600 video computer system. 1980 saw the release of Pac-Man, and the industry hit full swing. The general public were bringing computers into their homes as entertainment devices, and technology was becoming the focal point of the family living room. People were being united in a shared experience of playing video games. But then, disaster struck. In 1983, the video game market crashed and Atari's future was uncertain. People just weren't interested in video games anymore.
So, with the release of the first mobile phones and computers, what do you remember yourself specifically regarding technology in the era of the 80s?
Well, I was obviously very young in the 80s, I wish. Shock horror. My son was massive into computers. The kind of Sega game type things and cartridges. And
well, when I went to work at British Aerospace, the first job I had there was an RJE link operator, which was loading punch cards onto a machine so that those programmers in British Aerospace could test the programs, and we had 15 minutes a day, 2 15-minute slots to test the programs, and if I dropped any of these cards, it ruined the programs, and you just have to shuffle them back in, and put them quick through, and it used to wreck their testing. And then over the years that it went from, and it was phenomenal really how things changed from punch cards to actually being able to sit down. And I remember when the first PCs came in, the first computer, just the terminals came in, and people used to be able to sit all day program testing, and that was amazing,
We wouldn't even let him have a television in his bedroom. Not because we were super strict parents, but we kind of thought, there's no future in this technology. Getting back into books and going out and enjoying himself outside. And he used to disappear for hours on end in computer games. And I had no interest in it whatsoever. And it wasn't something that I thought I'd ever end up using. I had my own business at the time, and we didn't have any form of computers then. My wife's a teacher, and she'd been doing a little bit in school, but it was all kind of binary stuff and DOS and loading onto cartridges and floppy disks.
Ping pong machine at my uncle's. Yeah, it was like a thing you plugged in, and it was just 2 bats and a ball that bing, 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 bing. Oh, we loved it. We thought it was fantastic.
I grew up in a pub, and so at night when it was closed, me and my brother used to sneak downstairs and play on the Space Invader game.
And then, like a phoenix, Nintendo rose from Atari's ashes. They released their Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES, in 1985, along with the multi-million selling Super Mario Bros. And Ports video game systems and indeed computers, back into people's homes. It had become clear that video games were here to stay, and that, at least for now, they were the technology on which everyone's focus lay. To the generation of kids growing up during this era, games were everything. Your social standing depended very much on your ability to play games. Technology was becoming more and more ingrained into society. And on that note, you must travel in time once again. We're in the 1990s now, where we're going to see technology getting ever closer. And much like the 80s, the 90s saw a great deal of technological advancements. Video games were getting bigger, CDs were becoming easily accessible, and DVDs started their overtaking of VHS as the standard home video format. We also saw the start of SMS text messaging. The key development to come out of this era, however, is one that would go on to shape the society we live in today in a very big way. That is the internet.
So the 90s was the start of the internet, which was a big success. Do you remember how you felt when you first experienced it for the first time?
Fascinated by it. And I'm dyslexic, so having that technology, and I had one of the first voice recognition software systems called Via Voice. Dragon now owns that, and my son installed it for me. I remember it cost a fortune to buy it, and being able to talk to the screen and watch it kind of say what I was saying, it was amazing for me. And also it could read back to me, so I could let it read what I was reading that somebody else had written, rather than it being all words jumbled up on a screen. So yeah, it was massive for me, many reasons. It kind of helped me get over my disability.
Experimentation into the idea of a shared network or the internet began in the 60s, but wasn't seen outside universities and government organisations until 1990, when Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, and the first internet browser to go with it, putting the internet into people's homes for the first time.